Hey guys, episode 6 of Keeping It Real with my mysterious friend here.
Are we on?
We're live.
We are? We are live.
Justin Graham, we are live.
How do you know that it's me?
Well, I don't.
I could be a stunt double.
You've been doing this for a long time, haven't you?
I've been training for this my whole life, my
You
man.
have. I'm gonna. Sorry, I don't want to touch you. We have Lysol wipes, Lysol hand sanitizer, gloves, masks. We've got all of it. I mean, we are ready to rock and roll.
Are we technically fugitives right now?
We are probably breaking some type of law.
But we were here.
We were here before the lockdown started, so that is a
So, Governor, if you're watching our live show, we were already here.
yeah. So please don't send reinforcements to this location. All right.
But it's undisclosed location, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't tell from the road what's back here.
Right. That's true. No.
No, but to answer your question, yeah, I've been a psycho germaphobe for a while now. Remember me getting made fun of in Florida for using the latex gloves at the gas pump?
I do. Yeah.
Now you're like
We should
Axl Rose if you have latex gloves at the gas station.
with the lockdown thing, I've been like you. I am made for it. Like, I am ready to just be home, and I have been home for weeks.
That's Brian Kilgore, the producer there in
Literally,
the background.
just-
in case you're wondering, their pantry is like. I wish we could throw a picture of their pantry up and what they've done to it.
You homebodies are lucky people.
Very meticulously, like, just, you open my pantry and shit falls on your face.
Why would there be a cat in there or something?
My kids.
Trapped?
I have 3 very terrifying children that, so. Justin, tell us a little bit real quick about this mask. It's very intimidating.
Do I look like a stormtrooper?
You look, yeah. Justin doesn't do well being locked at home. So.
Well, I've actually had this N95 mask in my truck forever.
Really?
Yeah. I've been fighting germs forever, but it's pretty hot. Like, my nose is sweaty.
Do you want to take it off? Or do you want to keep it on?
Well, I was just waiting. I didn't know if either you had. I was waiting for the first signs of a dry cough out of either of you, but I think
I haven't been around anybody. I've literally been at home.
I feel good.
And you're still shaving.
Well,
Why don't you have a full beard, Brian?
well, I did, but I wife stuff and close
She-
contact.
Yeah. So, Justin, you can breathe now.
How about me? How about this?
You can breathe now.
You can see.
Yeah. Little shave in action there. Little,
18 years younger.
yeah. That's the.
Thank you, Amberella.
We got to stay positive here.
I'm all about it.
We got to stay positive. We got to think of ways to fill the gaps here. And
Sure.
Justin, for your showings for real estate, can you virtually show homes? And what I mean by this is can you like go in and FaceTime a home showing to a customer who may not want to go to the physical address?
Yes. So I've been doing this for years as well. We work with a lot of people who relocate from out of town. Mm-hmm. And when new listings hit the market, sometimes I've got to go walk through the property, see it with my own eyes for them, and FaceTime them in.
Yeah.
I actually did it several times a few weeks ago. I got some clients coming here from Michigan, and I did that. As far as virtual tours and things like that, that's nothing new to kind of to the real estate world. Mm-hmm. Most of us hire professional photographers and then make virtual tours out of that.
Mm-hmm. And plus, I'm the kind of guy too. I do like to actually see physically what I'm.
Well, I would never suggest. So this is kind of what irks me about this is you would never want to buy a home just from a virtual tour.
Right.
or a FaceTime.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
So I have before as an investor, where to get a very low price, I had to buy things without walking through them. But you always assume the worst, that it's going to be beat up, it's going to need X amount of repairs, whatnot. If you buy a $350,000 house without coming and looking at it in person, it's probably not very smart.
Yeah.
So I don't think that this virtual tourness is going to revolutionize the industry,
Right.
real estate industry.
I just was thinking, it's important for people to, in their industry, I think important for people to, you all right over there?
Oh, I was just clearing your throat. I'm just being funny.
He's worried if I got a dry cough. Hey, I think
I'm being funny.
I think we should take it seriously.
We're
I
up
do.
to 6 listeners. We got to be funny.
Yeah, we got 22 on this one and 140 on another one.
Who do you got here so far? Who's listening?
130 viewers total. Oh, we got Dustin Cagle, Todd Kumbe, Amanda Kilgore, Terry Ratliff, Evan Preston was on, my brother Christian, Matt Ali, Christy Johnson, Mike Bentley. Some people are on, right? Thanks for watching, guys. We want to talk today. There's a couple things I want to talk about today, and I'm curious on Justin's input on this. And I want to talk about, why we choose to allow people in our lives that shouldn't be there. We've kind of alluded to this a little bit in previous shows where we've talked about firing toxic people and friends from your life. But more importantly, I'm curious for people, I'm curious for feedback and interaction, is if we know someone is not good for us, it genuinely. I always like to say, if we're sitting next to a person and we really have a hard time just breathing and just not being on edge about what may or may not happen, why do we allow those people?
So what characteristics has that toxic person, because I feel like you have something in mind. What can you identify what's making them toxic?
Yeah, condescending. I think a good term too is two-faced, saying one thing to one person and one thing to another person to get people to like what you have to say.
Sure.
But saying that something completely wrong or bad to the other that we have to accept it because, let's say it's family, right? We're just supposed to allow it because we're supposed to deal with it because they are family.
Sure. No, I have a toxic family member who I really don't like to be around. I don't like them around my family. Just a history of things that continue to happen over and over again. And though that it stinks, I just distance myself from that person. Mm-hmm.
Why is it that you think? Why do you think that people have the? Why do we think that people are entitled to treat people a certain way because they hold the title of a family member?
Oh, they just feel like they're bulletproof. You're contractually bound to them as family.
Yeah.
And they gives them a license to say and do whatever they please and push you to the absolute limits.
Yeah.
Probably intentionally.
Yeah.
They probably like to see you get upset.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think that to an extent, whether it's you or someone else, Justin's, now he's throwing things. I'm sorry.
And I didn't have the lid on it.
We have backup here. Brian Proctor says that's deep. It's your mindset. Todd says they think they get a pass.
Yeah, they can have a pass till I don't let them around me no more.
Correct. And so Kathleen says, we tolerate it due to loving them. We also have hope that they will change. But hope, I feel like hope is somewhat paralyzing. It's somewhat can drastically cloud your vision of I hope it happens. I hope this. You know what I'm saying? Does that
Right.
make sense?
Right.
I feel like hope is, I don't know. I don't like hope. I don't like the idea, the definition of hope. I don't like what hope means in a real life setting.
Are we so I guess for one, and this is even hard to do. It's hard to sit people down and talk to them about how they're I don't know if annoying you is the right word or disrespecting you. It's even hard to sit people down and discuss that with them. Mm-hmm. Like before you fire them out of your life.
Yeah.
Hey, this is how I feel. And maybe that's part of the problem. Maybe we're afraid to.
So that's good. So what if this individual that you are dealing with dismisses your concerns? Merely laughs at them and, well, that's not a big deal. Why is that a big deal?
Well,
You know what I mean?
and valid concerns.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, or is it something that's dangerous or to your family or your children?
Sure. Yeah.
So when I stopped drinking, my best friends begged me to go out every night still and go to the riverboat. Come on, one won't hurt. You got it under control. Let's go. My best friends.
Yeah.
And I just shut the light off on them.
Yeah.
And stopped at that moment.
How hard was that?
It's very hard. Looking back on my life too, back into college and like the later part of maybe my senior year of high school, I wish I would have fired some people out of my life then. Because I had some influences that really changed the trajectory of, I think, probably my whole life. So I guess where I'm going with this is if you're in high school right now or early college and you got people egging you on to drink, smoke some pot, maybe you don't practice whatever sport you're doing as much so you can go party a little bit more, that can drastically change the whole entire rest of your life. Mm-hmm. Because where I felt like I took golf and things like that very seriously, though I was in high school, I never drank. Like I'd go to the bonfires, where everybody was drinking Zimas and Natty Ice, and I didn't drink.
Zimas.
I did not have sex with girls when I was in high school. I was scared of all that stuff. Mm-hmm. But when I first started getting introduced to it, between my senior year of high school, college, it really started to affect where my priorities went.
Sure.
I really haven't discussed this much, but I would say it really affected my golf game and my studies and whatnot, being associated with some of the people I was with back then.
Yeah. That's great stuff. We've got some comments coming in. I'm going to read some of these real quick. Brian Proctor says it hurts to be hurt by family or by anyone at all. We struggle to forgive those who hurt us. When we hurt others, we expect others to forgive us back. Where's the other comment as? Let them. Okay. And then Sandy Davis says, hi, Sandy, by the way. Sandy's one of the people that really where the idea of the name for this podcast came from, by the way. When we were
thank you, Sandy.
Names, you know what I mean? She had commented on that. So don't stoop to their level, but keep your distance if they are unwilling to be rational and it's toxic, which is very good. Alex Scheidler. Alex, how you doing, buddy? He says, actions speak louder than words. You can say I'm sorry 100 times. Until those actions change, words mean nothing. You become the type of person you surround yourself with. Yeah, I mean, Todd Kumbe, White Claw is Zima.
Oh, is that the new Zima?
I don't know.
Todd, do you put Jolly Ranchers in White Claw? Yeah. Because I couldn't drink a Zima. I mean, I even thought Zimas were gross without Jolly Rancher in them.
Yeah.
But that was like the high school bonfire drink of choice.
Yeah.
Dave Johns, thanks for watching. Melanie, thanks for watching. Hi there. Valerie Hackett, thanks for watching. Just keeping it real today, talking about toxic people in our life and how to handle them.
It goes so. I sent Justin a text this morning, and I was fired up, and I think he was a little nervous about it. But I am fired up, and it goes beyond, I think, just talking about this. I think that, it starts with, we've talked about this before, but starting at social media and all of this crap going on and everything being spread and everybody, just absolutely instilling the worst amount of possible fear into you, and you're flooding your mind with this stuff. And eventually your mind is, you're going to believe, you're going to start believing these things that are crippling and paralyzing to society. I mean, people are losing jobs. Businesses are shutting down. People are losing their livelihoods because of the fear and the everything going on that people are drilling down into people's throats. And it's all, I think an accurate number here is 9 out of the 10 things you read on this platform are not true.
Well, and that's the bad thing about all this is none of us out here know what to believe. We, on one second we hear, hey, everybody's recovering over in China and it's fine, and over here we're hearing, oh my gosh, it's spreading so fast, and gloom and doom in the world. And I don't know where I'm at. I don't know. I mean, I'm doing my part to try to not spread the virus, but do you know anybody personally that has it?
No, I don't.
I have heard of one person possibly in all my circles that could possibly have it, but I guess it could be undetected right now.
Yeah. I see the same 10 people a week. I don't see, we haven't been seeing anyone else. We're not, we have been distancing ourselves.
Sure.
I want to make sure people understand. I'm not saying don't follow the rules and all this stuff. Distance yourself and act like you do have it. Maybe I'm contradicting myself sitting here next to Justin. Maybe you're thinking this guy's full of shit. Maybe I am. But you know what? I am practicing the general. We've been home a lot. We had a date night in my truck, a couple nights ago. So my point to this is that the toxicity of just social media and just sharing a status or there's so much false information that really can mentally, you know what I'm saying? Mentally disrupt your train of thought.
Drive you bonkers.
Drive you crazy, So my question is, as people, for me, I like to be in control of my life.
Sure.
Of the circumstances, the outcomes, everything that I do. Why do people continuously invite this into their lives? Why are we as humans continuously saying, okay, all right, it's okay now, or you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, what is it what's it going to take for you to just say, that's enough? Like
enough of social media, or just enough of just believing
negativity in general? Whether it's what you're seeing on here, who's talking to you, how they're treating you, because I feel like as people, we're very easy to revert back to where the problem was.
Sure. So I think people are bent in their so I think people are bent towards negative. So if you have no positive influences in your life, if you were just born and grew up on your own, you might be bent towards doing evil things.
Right.
With maybe a moral sense of code in your head, like I shouldn't be doing this, but I feel like doing it.
Yeah, your moral compass is there.
So I think you're being pulled in both directions.
Yeah.
But I think with social media, what it is, it's an addiction to. Some people are addicted to arguing and controversy.
Have you watched with that comment? Have you watched any of these live streams that Donald Trump will get on and the comments that come in on it?
I've seen a few, but not enough to talk about it.
I watched one yesterday, Justin. I'm not kidding you. I cannot. The amount of thousands of pure hate like
Yeah.
pure just hate. You don't see a positive comment on these streams.
Sure.
It's weird. Brian Proctor says social media is an addiction. If you were fearful to change before now, what a better time to do it. That's no joke.
Yeah, people are addicted to getting likes and obviously followers, and just in general, I think the controversy causes people to engage them.
Yeah.
So if I say something and then someone wants to argue with me, wow, I got some attention.
Yeah.
The evil in all this, or the bad thing is we're focusing our attention on looking into the computer screen.
Yep.
I'm going to be the first to admit that I was not doing a very good job of intentionally. How do I want to say this? I could be doing more constructive things with my son, more hands-on, creative reading, drawing, playing.
Yeah. Me too.
As a 41-year-old man, and I need to be at home inside the pirate ship.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
That's good. I like that.
I need to be in the pirate ship. I need to draw. I hate to draw.
Yeah.
Because my son is amazed at me drawing a stick figure.
Yeah, he thinks it's the greatest thing since sliced bread, greatest thing he's ever seen.
Well, and I crammed into a pirate ship last night in his room. And mate, and he was just right in front of me. And I'm mad at myself for, I'm not saying I didn't do that stuff before, because I do read to him and play with him, and but I should be doing it more.
Yeah.
Is my takeaway from those experiences.
Are you familiar with Dee Bonnie? Do you know Dee Bonnie?
Yeah, I know Dee Bonnie.
Dee wrote a blog earlier today talking about things like that and reshaping how this pandemic can reshape our priorities.
Right.
And that it can build gratitude, and we can look around at the things that we have and be, wow, we're actually pretty lucky.
We're pretty lucky.
You know what I mean? We're pretty lucky, and I think it's an eye opener for sure.
I think we definitely take for granted how lucky we are. I've visited South America and been in the jungles of Colombia and seen, a lot of things that most Americans don't see.
Sure, and probably never will.
People using the bathroom in a hole in the ground, and way worse than any, poverty I think you would see. I don't readily see too many people living under a tarp and using a hole in the ground. I'm sure it does happen around here.
Sure.
But in South America, it's very widespread. Just walking through neighborhoods down the street, you see that.
Yeah. Brian Proctor has a question. He says, how do we find perspective in all of this that helps us understand our purpose in life? Perspective on what, Proctor? Can you elaborate on that? What your question is?
So what maybe he might be saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, Brian, this is teaching us to all slow back down a little bit. Mm-hmm. I am a 1,000% busybody on the go. Gotta go, gotta be here, gotta go there, gotta exercise, gotta hit golf balls, gotta be with my family. I'm not saying that that's the correct order, but
Sure.
I'm just getting it out.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
My wife and I fight over this because I'm always on the go. We fight over it because I'm always doing something.
Well, every night this week we have eaten dinner together.
Wow.
Every night.
Yeah.
This week, I've sat with Ross and Sarah, and we've sat at the kitchen table, and we've eaten dinner. And I don't know, it makes me a little angry that I don't make that stuff a priority in the past. Mm-hmm. And I guess what I'm hoping I can take from this is coming out of it is am I gonna continue to try to make those things a priority? Yeah. I mean, I'll just say I might be the only one out here that didn't take sitting at the dinner table with my family a priority every single night. Mm-hmm. But what makes me feel good is when my 2-year-old son says, what you like about your day, Daddy? that makes me know that I'm asking him those questions.
Yes. Yep.
So where I do a good job, I suck at a lot of other things.
Yeah.
And I just don't want to half butt it no more. And I think this is teaching us to all sit home, slow down, learn how to spend some quality time with each other in close quarters. But I'm telling you, it is hard.
Very hard. Yeah. Very hard. I agree. I mean, I also think too that it is, I think it could also maybe automatically eliminate the issue of having the toxic negative things in your life.
Sure.
Whether it's a person or a thing, for all you guys who are addicted to going out to the bars, you can't. For all of you guys that are, addicted to partying and getting screwed up, and you can't do it
Right
now. And maybe it's going to force you to see the finer things in life. I have been, dude, I got to share this. So the last couple weeks, I've kind of made a commitment to start a little sweaty.
It's sweaty.
Yeah, a little sweaty. I've made a commitment to spend more time reading scripture, journaling, reading my little daily devotion or whatever. And I kid you not, I everything I read last week, everything I journaled about, the scripture I read about, prepared me for my weekend. Everything. It was all like it all led right into it. And I had answers to issues before I knew I had the issue.
Sure.
And it was actually, I was telling my wife about this. It actually blew me away because of some of the stuff I dealt with over this weekend, and some of the stuff I was prepared for was just shy of amazing.
Isn't it comforting knowing there's a instruction manual out there for all this?
There is.
That exists?
There is.
Isn't it amazing?
It is. And there are very specific verses and stories in the Bible that can help immensely.
Sure.
With this. So I'm an aggressive person. I'm an aggressive person. I'm opinionated. I cuss sometimes. But I'm also, my faith is rooted very deep, and I'm very passionate about not just picking out a Bible verse and saying this is that, but actually the true meaning of the whole deal. Does that make sense? Bible verses in Scripture are largely taken out of context every day, all the time.
Sure.
Because the Scripture and the context come with a story. This isn't a sermon, but it was amazing how it had kind of prepped me for what was coming, So.
Debbie Ruddick, thanks for watching. Brian Perry, thanks for watching. Sarah Graham, thank you. She said, Justin, you are a great dad.
That's all that matters, everybody. I like that. That's nice. I agree.
I'll tell you what else gets on my nerves about all this, though, a little bit. Sorry, and I might even get a little bit cantankerous here today.
I hope that you throw something.
Why is now all of a sudden? I mean, why now is all of a sudden people... Why couldn't we all be washing our hands and stuff before? And cleaning? Why does it take this for all of a sudden? You know how many times I've been called a psychopath because I wash my hands till they bleed? Because I have Clorox wipes in my truck? Why all of a sudden now is it now everybody's doing it?
Right.
I would appreciate if we all just did our part to stay clean in the first place.
Right.
And not sneeze on people and wipe boogers all over doorknobs and I just think it's crazy that now all of a sudden Lysol's a thing and Clorox wipes are a thing and washing your hands is a thing. I think this is a signal that we all need to be doing this stuff more.
Yeah. It's pretty gross if you think about it. how gross it really is and how gross people really are, how dirty people are.
Well,
There are a lot of people that never take their shoes off inside their home ever, and they walk through their home all through the home,
Oh my God, that is the worst thing.
everywhere.
So if you pee at the gas station, like at Speedway, what do you think you're standing in when you're sitting at the urinal?
The thing that grosses me out the most is when I see somebody with them at their house on their carpet, which in my new house I have carpet, but there is not allowed to be shoes worn in my house beyond the front door or beyond the garage door or beyond the back door.
Yeah.
3 doors in my house, not allowed to be beyond that. But I have hard floor from there. Never allowed on carpet. And I see people online with their shoes on, not only in their house, but on, and they're propped up on their couch,
Yeah.
propped up on their footstool, on their furniture. That is so disgusting.
Well, now it's a good time to realize you're bringing other people's pee into your home and putting it up on your couch where your kids play. I mean, I'll tell people to take their shoes off at my house, and I will be in my living room with my shoes off, and someone will still walk in and disregard the house rules.
Oh, yeah. When we first moved in our house, everybody takes their shoes off. Our new house. I was like, this is rule from the beginning. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
So why was
It's
I
done.
a psycho before for wanting
know.
people to do that?
Because it wasn't the thing on social media, bro. It wasn't the Insta story of the day.
I got ridiculed for it all the time.
I kick my shoes off and I have house slippers or sandals. Like
Yep.
I got some Under Armour slippers.
Yeah.
I just
Slip them on.
kicky off my shoes.
Yeah.
Now I'm talking like the little baby Yoda. Kicky offy my shoesies at the door. And
Ross is rubbing off on you.
right into the slippers. Little Ross, if you're watching Daddy today, hi buddy, I love you.
Hi, Ross.
Hi buddy, I know you get excited when you see Daddy on the Facebook thing.
We actually had talked about Sutton was last night. She was like, I want to come. I'm like, I know, but no, she wanted to
Right.
come and sit up here and get on it. And I would love to do that. But maybe when this is all passing, we can have them on.
Right.
And they can talk. And
I think one thing we need to reiterate here today, Michael, too, is that we know we're not perfect, and we are
gosh.
just trying to. Getting things fired up makes this more fun.
Oh, yeah.
So I hope people aren't out there taking this.
I got
wrong way.
I got a funny one back on the quick subject. Amanda just messaged me. You came over yesterday and dropped off some mail at our house, and you walked in the front area with your shoes still on, all the way up to the carpet, but you didn't walk onto the carpet.
yeah.
After you left.
Yeah,
we
you did that in
Lysoled.
my house last week, too. So
Yeah.
we're good. We're even.
Yeah.
He's an ass. You know it.
I think the show producers are supposed to fire
They're
us
supposed
up.
to kind of get this
Cause controversy.
No, I do think it's, there are times, hell, my wife said something to me today, don't wear your shoes in the house. So I walked halfway through to say, hey, can you throw me down my tank top for the gym?
Yep.
Well, I'm not going to the gym, I'm going to a place to work out. Well, maybe not anymore, but whatever. Regardless, I had my shoes on, walking halfway through. We have hardwood floors. So I don't do it perfectly all the time, but
If you know of any underground gyms right now, let me know.
we may be able to discuss some
I'm
things.
telling you, I have worked out since long as I can remember. That this is difficult.
Yeah.
All you gym rats out there, oh my gosh, I have 25-pound dumbbells. I'm actually going to start a little show today at 3:00. We're going to be Richard Simmonsing it up down in my basement. But I've got some other friends who are really struggling in this.
Sure. Yeah, their whole lives are dedicated to bodybuilding and exercising and
Well, there's a lot of us that don't drink and do drugs and smoke pot, and that's our
the release.
outlet.
Yeah.
Working out is my outlet. Not that I'm going to go home and start doing all those things.
Have you thought about running outside? Walking?
Yeah.
Outdoor?
I am not much of a runner, but yes, I have been strongly considering jogging.
Push-ups and air squats outside or something?
Yeah, the bad thing about jogging is you're going to get run over by somebody texting and driving. So that's scary. Yeah, like everybody's going to follow I guarantee you people will just be out driving just to be driving.
I will be.
So you and your wife had a date, and you just went out in the car.
Yeah,
Did you guys make out?
we drove around. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can filter it, but was
Yeah.
it like old times?
It was. But I'll tell you what, we're actually pretty good at that. We are pretty we make it very
Sneaky snipery?
oh yeah. Yeah. But I mean we make it a point to have that time for us because that's just I as a person I'm highly attracted to my wife and I enjoy touching her.
Sure. She's a pretty lady.
So I'm going to touch her
You're
a lot.
by law allowed to.
And so I get a little cranky when I can't touch my wife.
Yeah.
I'd like to, and she'll literally look at me and there'll be times where she wishes that I would just crawl right up her butt. She just wants me to
Just nestle right in there.
nestle in there or whatever. But anyways, I'm just, we
Christy-
make time for that.
If you're listening, I just want to say how lucky of a lady you are. This is a handsome guy sitting here next to me.
Nice of you. Appreciate that.
He's got his polo shirt on, his shave,
I was going to make some videos today.
hair's done. I'm in here looking like
The tables have turned.
Eminem.
The first couple of weeks, you were coming in here awfully sharp and making me look like the scrub, and now I'm dressing sharp and
I think I'm going to wear a suit though next one of these episodes. That's when I really get
the originals.
the iPod. Like,
Do you have
You
the
own a
original Justin Graham suit
no, I have the blue one from my
from your
newest picture.
Okay.
I did talk to your wife, and I messaged her over a post that she made of you, and I think also you need to bring in the guitar one day.
Oh, I've been practicing.
Yes.
I'm so rusty. Like I used to be a wizard.
Really?
But we need the full-blown effect with the singing and the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
I'd keep your shirt off too. I think that makes it
Yeah.
better.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Shirtless guitar guys always get a lot of views, right?
Maybe the underwear.
As long as I don't let the likes and the views get to my head. No, I love playing guitar. That's actually one thing that helped me stop drinking was I got a dog and I got a guitar.
Ooh, good. That's nice.
And I kept the dog alive and I taught myself how to play guitar on YouTube. And
Really?
Ultimate Guitar tabs are the best. You just type in your favorite song.
I'm gonna have to check that out because I'm trying to learn. I have been for like a year.
But guitar people out there, how long does it take to really get good at bar chords? Because that is so hard. I mean, playing with a capo's easy, but hitting bar chords?
Yeah.
Do you even know what I'm talking about?
When you
You use the finger
use
thing.
the finger and I do.
You don't use the clamp.
Correct. Yeah, you bar with one finger, but then keep all the other fingers moving. Yeah.
So I assume amateurs use the capo,
Yeah.
but then you see the guys,
Right.
and they're not using the little clamp.
Yeah.
So-
Best guitar player I've ever watched is John Mayer. I don't know if you ever watched him play the guitar, but he is unbelievable. And Keith Urban.
They're pretty good.
Guitar, I mean, actually just actual musicians, they're, yeah, very good.
So that's an example. So when I get my guitar out, which has been put away since Ross was born, you can only do so many things. I like to work out. I like to play golf. I got to have some hobbies. I put my guitar away, but you know what the guitar has done for us lately is it creates family time and it creates special moments with my son. He just looks at that guitar and he wants to strum the strings, and I'm like, don't touch that, and blah, 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 but I'm like, he is just mesmerized with it.
Yeah. Same here. Yeah. Yeah.
Sarah's giving me some little lovey-doveys here. It's like I see your likes and hearts and stuff just blasting away. You definitely have more watchers than I do.
Well, at one point here on the personal page, we had 50. I don't
50?
know. I don't know I don't know if we bore people or if it kind of comes in waves.
Well, now we're at 35.
Yeah, it comes in waves, like a bunch of people click or whatever, and then
So I guess my takeaway from that, and I think we're only going to have more time to practice this. It sounds like, since we can't really leave now. I wonder if real estate is an essential. Like, we have deals going. I have to
It's not on the list that I just saw.
Does anybody know if real estate is considered essential duty out there?
I don't think, I hate to say this, but I don't think that it is.
Don't think that it is.
Yeah.
Music is healing. Get that guitar out. Oh, I'm with you.
Yeah. I think my wife just joined.
Christy's ears must have been burning.
I was talking about touching you.
Just sanitize first.
I'll sanitize first, but I'll keep touching her.
No, Christy, if you just joined, I knew you guys went out on a date the other night, and I just asked him if you guys made out in the truck like old days, like at the drive-in movie theater.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
I mean, that's good for people. I think husbands and wives should make out in the car on dates.
Well, heavens, yes.
It's not just for just home.
No.
I mean, as long as you're not in public view, like
Right.
plain view.
Yeah, if you're not touching your,
Making out could just be kissing
yeah,
passionately.
correct. Yeah, if you're not touching your significant other,
Or what do the old folks say?
weird.
Heavy petting,
heavy petting.
light petting. Does everybody know that that's a word for making out is petting?
Really?
Yeah. Some heavy or some light petting. That was code for making out back in the day.
Oh, yeah. Do you think that there's, I'm just going to jump around for a second. Do you think that there's power in the word no?
Power?
Power. Do you
I
think
think
that the word no carries, why are people afraid to say no?
Well, I think there should be. Obviously, first, I think there should be power in the word no.
Yeah.
But I think we don't say no because we don't want to hurt people's feelings. We don't want to make enemies.
Who suffers when you fail to do that, though?
All of us.
Right, yeah. Yeah. No, getting good at saying no is probably a good thing. I just am circling back around a little bit to the whole toxic thing, but Matt, you could make a country song about all the craziness, sanitizing and making out in a truck. You could,
Make a song about it.
It would be the same country songs as all the other guys who sing about going off-road and mudding in their truck who ain't never seen a lick of mud in their life.
Yeah. Yeah, like me when I owned a Jeep.
Dancing in their sister's jeans up on the stage, humping the air. Hey, but the tickets sell, baby. People love that stuff.
I think the only song I can make could be country with this country twang voice I got. Hey, you should wash your hands 3 times an hour.
Ooh, wow. 3 times an hour.
Well, it probably used to be day. Now it's hour.
Wow. I'm not going to do that.
You're not going to wash them 3 times an hour?
No. I'm just being honest with
You don't get nervous that the stuff's on it?
Nah.
Because it lives on plastic, cardboard. So you could pick up your FedEx off the front porch.
Yeah.
Go inside.
And it comes in.
And
Here's my view
on
on it.
your
I'll be
fingies.
honest with you, Justin. Here's my view on it. If I get this coronavirus and it were to take my life, it's my time. I'm going to either die getting hit by a drunk driver, getting shot, coming up with cancer or some kind of terminal, I could have a heart attack. I'm not going to stop living my life because there's a virus. I'm not going to, if my days are numbered, if I'm going to die in the next 3 weeks, why in the actual hell would I limit myself and close myself into a room? Is that how you want to go out?
no, it's not.
I don't know. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying don't practice the social distancing. I am practicing it with the exception of being here right now. I see Justin once a week. But I don't know. I'm not going to live my life in fear.
Well, and I think this is hard for a lot of people right now. But it's something that we have to do to, it's meant to, we got to protect everybody.
Yeah. And we should.
And we should.
We should do that.
And I've been struggling, with the not getting out and socializing, and but it's just something that I think that we just gotta hunker in and do now.
Yep. It is. It's the best. I'm not arguing that it's not a good decision. I think that we need to hunker down and get rid of this crap. But I will not play into the hype, into the fear of all this. I know the statistics on how many people a year die from all kinds of other different things, number of deaths. I was sent this. I'm going to read this real quick. In 2018, the latest year for the CDC data, just over 2.8 million U.S. deaths, or approximately 7,750 people per day, die of heart and cancer disease. Combined, it claims 22 times more than influenza and the pneumonia. A day.
Right.
We're sitting here spouting off 110 people.
Yeah.
We're losing 7,700 per day every effing year. I almost said effing because it makes me mad. 18% of the 7,700 is 1,395 people for Italy.
Right.
It irritates me that there's so much. I get it's a risk. I get that it's a virus and we can do our part to stop it. But there are other things that are killing off people every day. All the time. Suicide. 800 people a week in America commit suicide.
Sure, and hopefully hopefully the world is battling, needs to be battling those things as hard as we are this.
How can you, though? If you're locking it down, how can we help those people who are suffering from clinical depression or seasonal depression? Now they're locked in their damn homes, and what are we going to do?
This is just a time of deep soul searching for everybody. I mean, I know, but and hopefully there's counseling going on in ways not in person.
Right. Remote.
But I think about what caused my depressions and anxieties in the past, and it stemmed from a lot of drinking. Mm-hmm. So this is hopefully a time that people, that, like you said, we can't go out, we can't socialize, which goes hand in hand with drinking sometimes, and smoking cigarettes and smoking weed. This is a time for us to try to slow down a little bit, and seek out some help from something other than what we're leaning into.
Yeah, get into the Word, man. Get into the Word. I think I'm curious, if you had a top three, Justin, for people watching, what would three things be that you think it's crucial during the next few weeks? What should people be doing? What are three things people should be doing?
Well, for one, I think we should all be trying to. So I've thought about this. Everybody's irritable. Mm-hmm. We need to just smile.
Okay. Smile.
We need to smile at our spouse.
Okay.
We need to not get impatient with our children because we are going to be stuck in close quarters with them. Mm-hmm. I think we're all realizing right now the value of daycare workers. Mm-hmm. I realized the value in these people way before this.
Yeah.
But now we're the teachers and the daycare workers, and we're seeing how hard these folks work to help shape our children, and seeing teachers drive through streets and honking because they miss their students. I hate that it comes to this, that we have a higher respect for that.
Yeah.
A higher respect for.
Can you believe they only make $50,000 a year to do that job?
No, same with police.
It's total crap.
So I think we're all
smile.
I think we should all smile.
Yes.
And stay patient. When you feel the irritableness start to kick in, we can't be rolling our eyes at our spouses and each other and our kids and being quick to discipline and punish and spank. So let's smile, be patient.
That's a good one.
Let's learn to do some family activities together again. Mm-hmm. So this is slowly teaching us some balance. What I think's negative about all this is we have more time to spend on Facebook.
Correct.
So I'm sure everybody's screen time is up this week.
Yeah. Mine was up like 43% or something. I don't even. It was outrageous.
So
Smile.
time with God, learn patience. And I think a huge one right now that a lot of people aren't thinking about is just like how I learned to play guitar. There is free everything out there to learn everything. If you want to flip a house, you can learn it. If you want to learn how to be an investor, you can learn it. If you want to learn how to play guitar, you can learn it. Don't just sit home and watch Grey's Anatomy
No.
and the Masters highlights over and over and over. Try to learn something. Try to educate yourself on the computer.
Yeah.
Were those some good ones?
Those are very good. I mean, I wouldn't really say anything different. The only thing mine would be is time with God, and writing down things that you need to accomplish to keep your work life somewhat operative. I think a plan is crucial. But in physical activity, I think you're going to sit around these next couple weeks and you're going to gain several pounds. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds easily. Because people don't understand what's in our food nowadays, what's in everything we're eating. We're sitting around eating and sitting around eating and sitting around eating. You're going to gain weight faster than you've ever gained it before.
Yep.
Because a simple notion of standing while you're working is crucial to not getting overweight.
Sure.
Walking around, getting into your truck and going and getting gas or whatever you're doing, it causes you to move.
Well, this really resonates with me because I have not been working out as much as usual. So I can only imagine if you're not in the groove.
Correct. Yeah.
How hard it is. It's probably really, really, really hard.
Oh, it's brutal. I've made it luckily, it's been a huge priority of mine because I have a fear. I have a fear of this. I don't want to get into that. So, I think those three things are big takeaways for both.
So I'm going to start today. I'm going to, because I've kind of just been waiting to see if this ended soon and the gyms were going to open up. I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make a commitment today to try to make do with my 25-pound dumbbells. I don't got to get huge.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Can you run to Dick's and buy a couple dumbbells though? Or do you not want to?
No, I mean, really because where do you start and where do you stop? Because
Correct.
I mean, I go up to 100-pound dumbbells at the gym. I really don't want to outfit my whole place to look like LA Fitness. So I'm just going to make do with what I have, work on staying in shape during this.
I'm gonna text you, and I'm gonna be your accountability partner. All right, I'm gonna see if you're doing it.
Well, I want you to jump on at 3:00 today, and let's do some dumbbells.
Okay. If I get my video stuff done, I'm gonna try and do that with you.
Marcy Johns, thanks for watching. Marcy says it's sad that it took something like this to show everyone how important family is.
Yeah.
Maybe this is exactly what we all needed.
Yeah, I can't argue that at all. That's probably spot on. Hey, Seth Litt just hopped on.
Seth Litt.
Yeah.
Seth Litt, how's it going, buddy?
You're doing well, Seth. Yeah. So, and the other thing that's important too is drink a lot of water. I just peed, and I have to pee again, and I drink about 13 bottles a day, probably. If I had to guess, I have to pee really bad right now.
Do Brian and I need to take over for a second?
If I pee and then it splashes on my shoes and I come back in here, or does that sound like, can I come hang out at your house and put my pee shoes on your couch?
Yeah, you can just come jump on my bed with your sneakers on. No, what time are we at?
Yeah, what are we at, Brian?
55
so
minutes.
We should start. We should probably start. Can I go do my 2-minute deal and be done?
Yes.
Okay. So I did a lot of research, and I was talking about the toxicity stuff, and I did a lot of reading. I was looking at other sermons from various preachers around the country, around the world, on this topic, because this topic is a big deal for me right now. The people in your life that you may need to get rid of, it's very important that you forgive anyone that has ever done anything to you, and that you genuinely forgive them. Because forgiveness is not for the other person. Forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness sets you free of your prison. And what I mean by this is, for me, I struggle with the fact of, what is the other person the person I'm so pissed off at, what are they doing right now? Are they living their life, going on with what they're doing, and not are they in a prison? Or can you control what they've done, what they've said, what they're doing currently? You cannot. You cannot control any of it. So to end that rant is, make sure you are seriously working very hard at forgiving anyone that's ever done you wrong in your life.
Sure.
And if there's someone that has really screwed you over and really put the screws to you, just forgive them. But this does not mean reconciliation. It does not mean that person has to be there at a certain time. It may be 5 days, it may be 5 years, it may be never. It just depends. And there is nothing anywhere in page 1 to page 2,143 or how many ever pages in the 63 books that are in the Bible. Is it 63, Justin? I think it's 63 books. I don't know for exact. There isn't anything in there that says that you have to have relationships with people that are not good for you. You have to forgive them. You have to forgive them, and you have to pray for them. You have to want good things for these people. But it does not. There's nothing that says that you have to invite these people back into your lives. If they can, if things cannot be handled properly, there's nothing that says that you are required to do that. Forgive, but it doesn't mean invite that stuff back in.
Right. So this is always going to be difficult for Christians, non-Christians, anybody like that. It's always going to be difficult to show others the love and the treatment that we want shown to ourselves.
Yep.
So we are judged by the way we judge.
Yep.
And I see. So I'm gonna bounce around here a little bit too. So I see this a lot, and you see it on social media. Unfortunately, is when people get divorced, they're so mad at each other.
Yeah.
The anger is just coming out everywhere. So what you're letting happen is you're letting your ex-spouse control your happiness.
Yep.
Because you're so mad at them, and you just can't let it go. Like you said, we need to forgive. Mm-hmm. We also need to take it a step further and always show that forgiveness and always show love and respect the best way that we can without expecting it in return, which is the hard part.
Correct. Yeah.
Us husbands, if we do something for our wife, we feel, okay, so I'm going to fold the clothes, so she needs to unload the dishwasher.
Right.
We need to always be, and it's so hard to get in the habit of showing this behavior and not expecting anything in return. Unmet expectations destroys everything. And when you're angry at somebody, you're letting them control your happiness.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah, I agree.
So like you said, we don't have to allow them in our homes around our family, but we can forgive them.
Yep.
And love them and pray for them and pray for our enemies.
Yep.
But yet keep people at a distance.
Yep.
And I've just always remembered, and when I'm talking about this anger, I always remember Danny teaching me, Danny Anderson from Emmanuel. Mm-hmm. There's nothing you can do better angry that you can't not angry. You can't do anything better angry.
Ain't that the
Nothing.
truth?
Can't do anything better with an angry attitude.
No.
So that's some stuff I need to be working on, is not getting upset with unmet expectations.
And I think one thing to do is lower your expectations of some of these circumstances.
Well, yeah. I mean, Andy Stanley would say, leave your expectations out of the.
Yep.
Don't bring them into a marriage.
Yep. Leave them out.
Because then when they're unmet, then you're angry.
Yep.
If she didn't do this, then
Yep. Yeah, you're right. There's a great YouTube series. It's a 4-part series called Love, Sex, and the New Rules for Love, Sex, and Dating. Have you seen that?
No.
You guys should watch it if you're. You've got a lot of time, and it's all just ties into a lot of what you just said there.
Love, sex, and dating.
The New Rules of Love, Sex, and Dating. It's a YouTube 4-part series.
The governor didn't outlaw sex, did he?
I hope not. Brian says it's essential.
Sex is essential in a marriage.
In a marriage, please understand. Don't.
Sarah says, for the record, dishwasher has been unloaded every time it's been run this week. Pats myself on the back. The laundry, however, has not been so good. Guess whose department that is?
I have back there in my cabinet, Sarah. I have some Twinkie badges. I will send one home for Justin to give to you for the dishwasher.
You look like you're doing the pee clench, so we probably better wrap this
so
up
bad.
soon.
It's almost painful, like it might be coming out of my eyes.
For procreation. Guys, we are just here talking, rapping, keeping it real, letting you know our thoughts and feelings. We never hope to offend or upset anyone. We're just trying to talk and not sugar and not fabricate anything.
Yeah.
So, we hope you enjoyed the content today. I always like getting things out on the table and talking about them.
This is one quick economical update before we end here.
Okay.
Gas prices in the Midwest are about to crater. Spot marketer in Chicago down 34 cents, and RBOB is 47 cents. So you add 30 to 45 cents for taxes, and you're looking at pump prices at 65 to 99 cents per gallon. Sam's Club and Costco will push prices down the fastest.
I filled up yesterday, and it was $21.
Yeah. That's from Dr. Ryan Mao. He's one of the guys that we have on staff here, but he's big into that stuff. But I had text messages a month ago from another friend of mine in Houston saying we were going to get into the dollars for pricing. There's an oil war going on. There's that's a whole other episode. But mirroring what Justin said, we just here trying to talk about something other than COVID-19 and what it's doing to people, and maybe just looking for positive things to do while you're doing this.
I have one watcher here that wants to know the weather.
Who is it?
It's Marcy Johns.
Okay.
I mean, we're going to be stuck at home. Are we going to be able to get out in the yard?
For where? Here?
For here.
Yeah, if you're not going to love this week. Now, it is going to be decent tomorrow. 60 degrees, partly sunny. But Thursday night, Thursday's nice too. 68, probably in the 70s Thursday, with a stout, south wind. Thursday night, like after dinner, it will thunderstorm. Friday it's going to thunderstorm, and Saturday it's going to thunderstorm. Now, these are not all-day rains, but they'll not be the greatest days. But starting next Sunday into next week, warmer and drier. In fact, there may not be much in the way of anything getting into tomorrow.
Warmer and drier sounds amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. It
That
does.
means less muddy dog paws.
Yes, absolutely.
So
It's coming.
no public shoes in your house. Less muddy dog paws coming soon. As we're going into this, stay positive, smile,
Stay active, drink water,
Stay
talk to God.
because if we get angry and irritated, there's nothing we can do better taking on that attitude. So Michael and I are going to start. We'll lead the way. If we get bored, we may mix in a couple more live shows this week because we can do it. Brian, can we do this with the three of us not together?
Yes. Yes,
Wow.
we can practice social
So
distancing.
my next one will be smoking a cigar on my
remote.
back porch doing a podcast.
I'll be in my mom's basement.
Okay, and I might learn one of my old guitar songs, and we might do that. So,
There we go.
So you just never know what you're going to get. Guys, thanks for watching today.
Episode
Michael,
6.
thanks
Yeah.
for...
Episode 7. Ooh, episode 7. Thanks, guys. Stay healthy, stay safe. See you. Bye.